everybody, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to Bookmas. I hope you guys are enjoying. I know that we're still early on, so welcome, hello, and hi, how are we doing? I hope that you are getting ready for the holiday season. I am excited. I'm, doing Bookmas right now, getting ready for travel and vacation and time off work. It's gonna be beautiful and lovely. We can't wait. But today, we are going to be doing the naughty or nice bookish tag. This was created by Jen, and I will leave her book blog down in the description for you guys to peruse and check out and see their answers. This was created, I think, in 2018, so this is an older tag. But we're going to go through the list, we're going to check off what I've done, and we're going to see if I'm naughty or nice by the end of it. The first one is, have I received an ARC and not reviewed it? Kinda, sorta. I try so hard. I really, really try to be good and read my ARCs and send them in, but we all kind of slack sometimes, right? Like, it's not just me. So I do have a couple ARCs that I need to get on. 2 of them are 2025 releases, so I've got time. But I say that every time I get an ARC, and then I push it off for too long. 1 I will be reading in the immediate future. 1 I am in the middle of reading, and I'm not enjoying it. And so I have a really hard time, like, DNFing ARCs or knowing when to quit. I'm like 80 pages in, so not that far. But I'm just like, oh girl, I don't know about this one. So yes, I have. I don't recall if this year I have. I think I have previously, for sure. But this year specifically, I think only 1 I have not yet reviewed. Because I'm in the middle of it, and I don't know if I'm going to review it. And it gets archived soon. So I don't know if I'm going to have time to finish it. Because it's like 430 pages, and I'm like on page 80. So I got a ways to go. Okay, the next one is, have less than 60% feedback on NetGalley. No. Oh my gosh, guys, my ratio right now with, back to the last question, I did forget one. All of our demise. I got that in like 2022, and I've still not reviewed that because I haven't read it still. So that's bad, that's on me. That's my worst one. So I have done this for sure in the past, but not so bad this year. I've done it twice this year, but I will be reviewing one soon, so it's fine. Anyways, back to the current question. My ratio right now is 79%, and that is with 5 or 6 books currently pending feedback. So not terrible, not bad. I don't request too many ARCs, let alone do I get approved for as many as I request. I try really hard to keep my ratio in line. I try not to go overboard requesting things if I know I have some sitting in my NetGalley downloads at the moment, so I try to stay on top of it a little bit because I know that I can get out of hand quickly, so I try my best. Question number 3, rated a book on Goodreads and promised a full review to come and didn't. Yeah, I have done this a couple of times. RTC means review to come, so I've started putting that every once in a while on my Goodreads reviews when I finish a book. And sometimes I never go back to do it. And that's my bad. I need to work on that. I definitely want to continue writing reviews in the new year. I want to say my Goodreads is, I want to say it's like 25% good reviews that actually like are cohesive and make sense and might help other readers. 25% is just posting where I'm like, hee hee. The other 50% I probably don't actually leave a written review, but I do want to continue when I have strong feelings, especially like 1-2 star ratings and 5-star ratings, to really like talk about what it is in the book that makes me enjoy it or dislike it. But I do want to get better at using Goodreads. It is a social media app that I probably use the most. I'm probably on it every day, multiple times a day sometimes. I just really love checking in, seeing what people are reading. I'm nosy, what can I say? But I'm into it. And I love being able to read other people's reviews, let alone like leave my own feedback in hopes to help people or entertain them at the very least. One of the big goals is to end up on somebody's like reading 1-star, 5-star reviews of books that I love and or hated, and like they read mine and it's funny, and I'm, that's my desire, not my dream. Okay, number 4, folded down the page of a book. No, I don't do that. I don't dog ear my books. I don't thrash my books. I'm actually very careful with them. I don't like getting them messed up in any way. I'm a very, like, gotta keep my books nice type of person. Number 5, accidentally spilled on a book. No, I don't think I have this year or any recent years. It's just simply, I'm too careful. I'm too cautious. I get scared. I get really worried. Okay, number 6, DNF'd a book this year. I did. Oh my gosh, who is she? So not only have I DNF'd a couple of books this year, but I normally I soft DNF and then I, in one ear out the other forget that I did that and then hope to never return to them, which isn't fantastic, but I DNF maybe 5 to 10 books in a year. Like, it's not something I do a whole lot. So it's always like, oh, I did it. I've done it. I did it. I did the thing. I did it. I didn't. But I get really nervous. I feel bad not completing books. I'm a completionist. I try to, follow through, finish them the best that I can. But there are just like a few books here and there where you're like, simply no, simply cannot do it. Some for the mental health, some just because it's bad, or some because it's not the right time and you put it down, you say it's a soft DNF, and then 3 years goes by and you forget to pick it back up. But I have DNF'd books this year. Okay, number 7, bought a book purely because it was pretty with no intention of reading it. I'm sure I've done this year. This year I was, more cautious and aware of my book spending. A lot of the books that I got were from book boxes, so it's a different type of, they don't count, but I am more than certain that I have bought a couple of books and I'm like, that's pretty. No idea what it's about. One of them would be like The Orphan for Gods or something like that. I don't remember. I got it at a thrift store. I was really excited about it. It looked really cool, sounded cool. Looked at the reviews, not great, and I was like, okay, well, she's pretty though. So we'll see if I ever get to it. Number 8, read whilst you were meant to be doing something else. Oh, baby girl, every day. All day, every day. I work an office job where I listen to a lot of audiobooks and an occasional ebook here or there, especially like on my lunches. We don't really have lunches at my office. We just work straight 9 hours, but we, sit and eat at our desks while we work. But every once in a while, I'll read an ebook on my technical lunch, but I'm getting paid for the lunch, so, like, not technically should be. I don't know. It's weird, but every once in a while, I will be reading. Also, like, when I come home, I've got a lot of stuff to do all the time, and sometimes I just read. But more often than not, I would say that I'm probably procrastinating reading at home and doing something I'm not supposed to, like playing video games. Like, I'll do that instead of reading. I'm like, whoops. Okay, the next one, number 9, I am guilty of for sure. Skim read a book. I have a couple times. I think I've done it twice this year. I know. It's not great, but sometimes you just have like that last chunk of a book that you're like, if I don't finish this, I'm going to explode. I don't want to DNF it. I'm so far into it. I've already devoted so much time and energy. I have to just finish it, but also I cannot, I can't be here any longer. So in that case, yes, I have on occasion done that. I've skimmed a couple of books, especially this year. Sorry, I know. Okay, number 10, completely missed your Goodreads goal. Cannot say I have. I actually have surpassed my Goodreads goal. 2024, I've read the most books this year than I ever have before. I surpassed my goal by over 100, which is crazy. Will I do that next year? I don't know. I feel like I'm absolutely insane enough that I could, and I have a lot of like plans and things that I want to do, but I'm also like, trying to find that work-life balance, if you will. So we'll see how much I actually read next year. But yeah, I've read over 250 books this year. And to those people who say like that's too many and no way, no how, it actually hasn't been that difficult. I've had some months where I've read up to 40 books, which is overkill for sure. That's a lot, and not everybody can do that. But I have a job, luckily, where my focus on doing the job itself is not so difficult that I can't listen to audiobooks. I listen to sometimes 2, maybe 3 audiobooks in a sitting day. Like, I'm sat there for 9 hours doing mostly data entry stuff. Like, I can listen to a lot of audiobooks. All right, the next one, 11, borrowed a book from the library and not returned it. I have not. I'm really good at making sure mine get returned, but I also don't utilize my library physically that often. I think we've gone 2 or 3 times, and I've maybe checked out a book, mostly because the parking is awful, and like, I don't know, I usually listen to audiobooks, so that's how I use my library more so than anything. All right, number 12, broke a book buying ban. Not this year, actually. I think because I didn't really set out to have a book buying ban, it was kind of just like be a little bit more conscious of the books that I'm picking out and getting, and like why, and if I'm buying them, making sure that I'm reading them at like a timely manner. I think I've read 40% of the books bought this year, which I want to increase to 60% next year. So I definitely want to, keep getting better at it. Reading the books on my physical shelves is always, a goal. But I also will never be the type of person that wants to read every book on my shelves. Like, I always want to have options to pick from, because although I am a TBR reader, I am still also a mood reader within the TBR, like, it's based off what videos I have planned and like readathons happening, but also like what I want to read. All right, number 13, started a review, left it for ages, and then forgot what the book was about. Oh yeah, for sure. Less so this year because I've been a little bit better at taking notes while I'm reading books, but still, like, there's a few books where you're like, I read that? Are you sure? Like, I know Goodreads is telling me that I did, and my tracker says that I did, but I don't remember reading that book. That's happened a couple of times, where I just haven't, like, fully reviewed it, especially because this year I've pivoted in my content where I've stopped vlogging every single book that I read, and I just do wrap-ups again. Being able to just talk about all the books, I think, is a little bit helpful in remembering stuff, and then taking notes as I'm reading has been, a different kind of joy. But oh boy howdy, yeah, I'm guilty. Number 14, wrote in a book you were reading. Yeah, I just recently did this. I am doing a buddy read with my besties Eliza and Daphne, where we are buddy reading through the Throne of Glass series, but we're doing it in a Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants style. So basically, I'm reading the book, annotating it the best that I can. I'm not great at it. I'm going to be really honest. I'm not good at it. So if you have annotation tips, please let me know. But I have been annotating that, and then I'll send it to Eliza, who will read the book, annotate it, and then send it to Daphne, who will read it and annotate it and send it back to me. And then I will, I guess, reread the books and or just like skim through what they said in their notes. It's probably going to take us a couple of years to finish at this rate, but we're averaging one book a year so far. But I am really excited about it, and it's getting me more comfortable with annotating and like actually putting pen to paper, which is kind of scary, but there's a few books, and there's one more that I want to annotate before the year ends. So yes, I have written in some books. Number 15, finish a book and not added it to your Goodreads. No. Like I said, I am notoriously updating my Goodreads, like, to a fault. Like, read 3 pages and I'm like, hee, look it, I'm reading, let me update my Goodreads. Like, that's just who I am. I'm nosy, and I want other people to be in my business too. But yeah, no, I love Goodreads. I'm on there all the time. I understand that it's not a good platform all the time, and I understand that Amazon owns it, which sucks, but I've been on it for years and years and years. It's what I'm comfortable with and used to. It's, it's like a comfort website at this point. Like, I've been on it for so many years. The next question, borrowed a book and not returned it to a friend. No, I'm usually the one lending out books to friends who don't return them, but I am really good at returning books, but I also don't borrow many books because, like, I'll just buy it or get it on Libby or Hoopla, So, no, can't say I have. Number 17, dodge someone asking if they can borrow a book. I'm sure I have. And I hope some people don't see this, but I'm sure that I'm like, yeah, you can totally borrow that book, and then, like, not. But also, like, I love influencing my friends to read. I've gotten a lot of my IRL friends into reading because, like, clearly I'm into it. Clearly it happens for me. So I just find it to be very fun. And so I'm not gonna, push them away too much. I've been really pushing my mom to read this year. But I also made my coworker read. I got my friends into reading. I got my old coworker kind of into reading. Trying to work on my stepsister now. That's the next goal. Number 18, broke the spine of someone else's book. No. Again, I don't really borrow people's books, so I don't have as many opportunities to break spines, but I also don't really like breaking my own book spines. So no, I'd be like 5,000 extra times more careful with somebody else's book than my own. Number 19, took the jacket off a book to protect it and ended up damaging it more. Yeah. Yeah, no, I have 1,000% done that, where I'll take the dust jacket off specifically because I want to keep the dust jacket nice, even though the dust jacket is meant to protect the book, but then also sometimes the book gets a little, like, dent in the corner. Life happens, and I think that books are beautiful when it's clear that they're loved and read and not just, like, for decoration. But at the same time, I spend some serious money on some of these books that I'm like, if these ones get damaged, it's over for me. Game over. I'm not gonna be alright. So it really depends. I have the Lord of the Rings series over here. They're a thrifted copy. They're loved, and I have no problem giving more love to them. Whereas like special edition books, girl, no, those need to be nice. And the final one is accidentally sat on a book. I'm sure I have. I throw books left, right, and center. They're always, almost always around me. I don't have like a direct memory of sitting on a book this year, but I'm sure that I had it on the couch at some point and probably did, but like, I don't know if we want to count that. And since this is a scored test, I'm going to say no, simply because I don't have a memory of it. But to say like it's never happened would probably also be a lie. So those are all 20 of the checklist. I think I got 8 out of 20. I'll have the proper score on the screen just to, fact check myself. But I think I'm pretty good. I think it's pretty nice. I'm not too embarrassed by the things. I feel pretty good about that. So thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out, enduring this lighting as, it gets dark at 3:30 and I'm still adjusting my filming schedule to cater to the sometimes sunlight, but mostly just clouds in the sky. So, it's the winter. Woohoo! It's time. But anywho, thank you guys all so much for watching and hanging out with me. If you made it to the end of this video, put a mug, a little teacup, a coffee cup, whatever suits your fancy, something cozy, down in the comments to say that you made it to the end of the video. Or if you want to answer some of these questions down in the comments too, you may. I will have the list of the question in the description, so if you want to find a specific one and know the wording and copy and paste or whatever, I got you. So feel free. Any friends who want to do this, please do. I'm not going to tag anyone just because it's the holiday season. We've got hectic schedules going on. The holidays are coming up, so there's not a lot of time to just change stuff. So if anyone wants to do this, please do, and tag me if you do. But if not, I totally get it, and that's fine. So with all of that said, thank you all so much for watching and hanging out with me, and I will see you guys tomorrow for my next video for Bookmas. Woo! Bye!